Listen, 2024 have been the year of beefs. Everybody's beefing. Every single body's beefing. Now, Shannon Sharpe and Shaq are beefing. We don't know if they're doing it for content. I thought that they have like a mutual type of friendship, a mutual type of understanding. I've often heard them exchange pleasantries about each other. So I'm surprised to see that they're beefing. Shaq even goes far to make a diss song for Shannon Sharpe. It's hilarious. But I think they're beefing over something real trivial. Uh, so Shaq told Joker that he didn't think Joker deserved to win MVP this year. I agree with that. But Shannon Sharpe didn't agree. Shannon Sharpe felt a different way. He felt like Shaq was jealous, or he felt like Shaq was thinking of if he had worked harder or did a little bit more, pushed himself more, that he would have got more MVPs than a lot of these guys have, which is probably true because Shaq himself have said over the years that he didn't eat properly and he didn't take care of his body like he should. But anyway, that stirred up a situation with Shannon Sharpe and Shaq that led them into back and forth. Well, like Shaq said what he said. Shannon Sharpe said some stuff on his nightcap podcast with him and Ocho Cinco. And he went in to just talk about I guess he kind of like took a high road. He didn't do any disrespectful stuff to Shaq. He was just saying, listen, I wasn't really disrespecting you. I was just giving an analysis of what I felt like was going on with you. And I felt like this, but Shaq evidently didn't want to hear that. And it's understandable why Shaq feel the way he feel. You don't want anybody come telling you that you didn't work hard enough and you was lazy and you did this, you did that. But I also understand Shannon Sharpe point of view for hearing Shaq said some things about himself, hearing Kobe Bryant said some things about himself, and all the athlete that said some stuff about Shaq that said Shaq would be in the GOAT debate if he had worked a little bit harder, trained a little bit harder, because he had God-given talent. But Shaq don't like hearing that. When Shaq said that himself, it's okay. But when you hear other people say it, it's understandably. Like I said, you don't want people calling you out on stuff that you feel like you have may not have done. Shaq might have not worked hard enough. I mean, he said that himself that he didn't work hard enough. He didn't eat right. Kobe said that didn't take care of his body like he should, so he received injuries that he probably shouldn't have got if he had took care of his body. But remember, Shaq was one of the most dominant players, if not the most dominant player of all time. Shaq was a monster. When that dynamic of basketball was playing the way it was playing, it was Shaq was incredible. You couldn't stop him. He was unstoppable. So, him and Kobe with the 1-2 punch made it kind of difficult for teams to try and get around him. But I don't know, man. I think Shannon Sharpe and Shaq probably will get to a point where they'll have a conversation. Stephen A. seems to be a mutual friend of both of them. So and you already know how Stephen A. is. That guy may make a phone call to both guys, get them on the phone, let them chop it up. Or then again, this could be content. This could be content. Shaq and Shannon Sharpe could have a conversation and say, hey, I'm going to do this. And Shaq was like, I'm going to reply with this. They both have podcasts. They both have stuff that they do outside of their normal day jobs. So, they also are content creators. So, it could be content. But Shaq made a diss song, like I said in the early part of the video. Listen to it for yourself and you'll be the judge if you like it or not. I'm gonna reserve my opinion for that diss track from Shaq to Shannon Sharpe for another time. But let's just say that making a diss track for somebody that doesn't rap, I don't know. I mean, maybe Shannon will make one back. Who knows? But yeah, man, I just feel like it was a simple conversation. I think that the room got read wrong. I felt like two brothers were in great situations in life. I think that one looked at one looked at it as I'm doing business and I'm conducting myself as an analyst. And the other one looked at it as, hey, you're insulting me. And it could be taken both ways. Two things can be true at the same time. So I do understand how both men feel. After Shannon Sharpe said what he said, I think he could have maybe softened the blow a little bit, Well, I guess he took some of what Shaq said personal, so he didn't soften the blow. He just explained why he said what he said. Uh, Shaq is one of the top greatest athletes, top greatest basketball player of all time. He's not in the GOAT conversation, but he was an amazing basketball player. Shannon Sharpe admittedly that he wasn't. He's not nowhere close to where Shaq was in the NFL or where Shaq was in the NBA, and he's okay with that. He's just saying that he gave his God given talent and he worked hard every day to get into where he went. And he said Shaq admitted that he didn't work as hard. So, I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. I think this is funny. I think this is an easy thing to make content about. I don't know if they really have an issue, but I'm pretty sure these are two wealthy guys, and I'm pretty sure that whatever issue they might have might end up to both of them showing up on each other's podcast, having a conversation to make to put some money in their pocket. Because I think this might be just content. Well, y'all let me know what you think in the comment section, man. I'm out.